I wasn't even supposed to be downstairs that late. The house was still, the kind of silence where every sound feels too loud, like even your own breathing could give you away. My husband was upstairs, asleep, his slow, even breaths faintly carrying through the floorboards. I told myself I was just getting a glass of water. But the moment I saw Ethan leaning against the kitchen counter, I forgot why I'd come at all. He looked like he didn't belong there, yet he fit into the shadows perfectly. My husband's oldest friend, staying with us for the weekend, someone I'd known only in polite fragments over the years. The type of man you speak to in the safety of daylight, surrounded by other people. But in that moment, with the dim under-cabinet light catching the edge of his jaw, he felt like someone I didn't recognize, and maybe didn't want to. "I couldn't sleep," he said quietly, like his voice was something meant just for me. "Me neither," I murmured, holding my glass a little too tightly. I could have gone upstairs then. I could have left the kitchen and shut the door between us. Instead, I stayed. He shifted his weight, stepping closer in a way that was unhurried but certain. The distance between us felt deliberate now, like we were both silently deciding not to close it yet. "You look different tonight," he said, his gaze steady on mine. It was a simple sentence, but it landed like a warning and an invitation all at once. My fingers tightened around the cool glass, the only thing keeping me from touching him. His hand lifted, slow and careful, brushing a strand of hair from my face. The edge of his knuckle grazed my cheek, and the smallest contact seemed to echo in every part of me. "You shouldn't," I began, but my voice trailed off before the thought could finish. "Tell me to stop," he whispered. I didn't. When his fingers found mine, it wasn't a grab, it was a question. I let him take my hand, my pulse quickening at the warmth of his skin. Then his palm settled at the small of my back, firm but not forcing, pulling me subtly toward him. My feet moved before my mind caught up. Upstairs, the old floorboards let out a faint sigh. For a moment, I froze, certain it was my husband. But nothing followed. The house was only settling. That sound, instead of ending this, made it sharper. I realized just how close we were to being caught, and just how much that thought didn't make me stop. Ethan's other hand rested lightly at my hip, his thumb tracing an absent pattern against me. He didn't rush. He just looked at me, and I could feel that look in every inch of my body. My breath came shallow, my chest barely rising against his. When he finally kissed me, it was so soft it almost didn't feel real. But then it deepened, slow and certain, like he was memorizing the moment in case it never happened again. My fingers curled into the front of his shirt, feeling the steady beat of his heart beneath the fabric. "I shouldn't be doing this," I breathed against him. "I know," he said, and kissed me again. The room felt too small, every detail heightened, the hum of the refrigerator, the faint tick of the wall clock, the low rasp of his breathing so close to my ear. The counter pressed against the backs of my legs, anchoring me even as every part of me wanted to lean further into him. His thumb brushed another slow circle against my hip, his other hand still at my back, as if holding me there was as much for him as it was for me. I felt the warmth of him seep into my skin, every inch of me aware of exactly how far we'd gone and how little we'd actually done. Then upstairs, the toilet flushed. We froze. His hands didn't leave me right away. We just stood there, breathing, staring at each other like we were both trying to silently decide who would be the first to move. Finally, Ethan stepped back, but the space between us still felt heavy, charged. I picked up my glass of water, my hand trembling just enough for me to notice. I walked past him without looking up, the faint scent of his cologne following me halfway up the stairs. Each step groaned beneath my feet, but I kept going until I slid into bed beside my husband. He shifted in his sleep, pulling me closer like nothing had changed. I lay there in the dark, my lips still tingling, my heart refusing to slow, knowing exactly how quickly it had happened and how certain I was that it wasn't over.